Alright, welcome to Blades and Blasters. This is Chapter 4 of Hourglass, another solo session. I'm going to be having solo sessions with every single one of my players, I hope, before the full game commences, hopefully next month, where this is a West Marches style game, and anybody can jump in at any time. This game is different because it is completely any setting, any time frame, kind of a inter-time dimension sort of thing. And today we start with Sergeant Mark Walker in year 2320. Earth is in pretty bad shape as aliens are attacking the outposts of Earth, and poor Mark has had a bad struggle of late, and today is no different. And Mark is played by Wanderer as well, so... Oh man, shut off my music. That is sad. I'll move you over, and I'll give everybody sight on you. Alright, everybody should be able to see. This is a small moon on the edge of your current territory called MC210. It is not even worth being named, but your enemies and you have been fighting a pitched battle here for 3 weeks, and currently you are in the middle of a pretty bad one, as the creatures have broken through your defenses and you find yourself holed up fighting with some of your allies. And we're gonna just jump into combat. Right in. Give me a sec. As you sit there waiting for the waves of these creatures to come, there's a brief respite in the fighting, so if you would like to do any kind of introduction to your character as you're kind of hunkered down waiting, there's a couple of your men sitting close by waiting as well.
Okay, so you see Mark sitting exhausted in a sort of small fortified position. He's wearing kind of camouflage gear appropriate for this planet, so more kind of like dusty, kind of desert kind of shades. With on top of it an armored kind of body armor chest plate and a full head helmet with respirator and heads-up display flickering away. He's sitting with a gun across his lap, and he and all his men just look absolutely exhausted. they've sat through waves and waves of various kind of vicious creatures, some of which they've never seen before because their alien enemies are always breeding more. And they know that even if they are to get through the waves of these creatures, then behind comes the real threat, their real enemy, the Vidal, the aliens with far superior technology and firepower. So, in a way, they almost hope there's more of these waves of creatures, because at least them they've got a good chance of killing. But at some point, the Vidal will decide they've sent enough creatures and come in themselves, and that's when the carnage really begins. So they have little reason to hope. Humanity's been in retreat for over 10 years, and they know that in the end they'll either die here or have to retreat from it as well. So there's little hope left. But even so, he drags himself up to a standing position and goes round to each of the men in his squad, and he speaks to them all and tries to give them some reason to get up and carry on once it all starts again. Reminds them of what they're fighting for each other, for their families back home, for the future of the human race.
As you're waiting there, one of your men, Wilbur Johnson, "Sarge, don't know how much longer I can do this. I've been fighting for, 3 weeks now? Oh, I'm tired. We ain't gonna win this fight."
We'll hold them as long as we can, Wilbur. You know that. We hold, and we hold, and we hold. That's what we do. Because the longer we give the scientists back home, the more chance they've got to come up with better tech, something that can change the balance of this war. And if we do that, then maybe humanity can get through this. But for right now, you're going to get up, because I need you, and the Corporal needs you. Don't you, Corporal?
Yes, sir. Need you, sir. We'll kill him. Don't worry.
There you go, Wilbur. That's what we need to hear.
I don't know. And he turns, and in the distance, there's a big shadow cast over you. And there's this huge creature that stands perhaps, I don't know, 10 feet tall. And has these huge pincers for hands. There's 2 of them. There's actually several of them. It has multiple legs. People have gone to calling it the praying mantis. This huge killing machine. It's like one of their forward tanks almost. And it seems to be coming for you guys, so I would like you to roll initiative.
Okay. So, seeing this coming, Mark sort of inwardly sighs, but actually outwardly he turns to his men and says, "Here we go again, boys. Up we go. Up and at 'em, Wilbur."
Yeah, he gets his machine gun ready. Right, I'm going to roll it for those 2.
Remember, boys, it's a tank, so we stay mobile. Stay together.
Sergeant, you're up.
Okay. So, can I move and shoot at the same time? Just
No, you cannot.
Okay. So, let's just test it then. I'm gonna take a shot at it.
Okay, you are in. What's the range of your weapon?
Let me have a look. Range of my weapon is 12.
You are in medium range.
Okay.
And make sure you tell me if you're going to do a rate of fire, because I think you have a semi-automatic rifle, right?
Yeah. Let's go for that. I'll go semi-auto.
Okay, so you're going to do a rate of fire of 2. So the way that works is you're going to take, I think, a -3 to your first shot.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on, let me make sure that's... Yeah, -3. RO5.
Okay.
Yep.
Let me do that. So first shot, choose my target, and benefit of -3, right?
Yes. Well, not benefit. When it asks for benefit, keep 0 in there. It'll ask for additional mods, put -3.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, you
Let's
can
try
cancel
that
it
again. Nah. I got it. Yeah. Band is medium.
Miss.
Okay.
So how does it look as you spray up there and just whiff
Yeah.
this giant
So
thing?
he's trying to look confident for his men, but he's absolutely exhausted. And he's trying to like spray off a load of rounds. The first round just goes really inaccurate. Just goes wild, and he then tries to sort of pull the muzzle back on track for this second shot.
Yeah, as you miss, the corporal's just... Alright, we gotta do something. I'll try to flank it, Sarge.
And Mark nods.
He's gonna try to run. He runs over here. Runs 10 hexes, so he has -5 to be hit as he's running. And if he would try to shoot on his next turn, he will take it. Also -5 to hit, so that's 5 AP for him. PFC, he is going to try to shoot from here. Let's see, he is medium as well, so he's going to let loose on this thing. -3. He hits it. So that is what, 9, 21. Let's see. That's enough to give it a wound, just barely. And it gives it a... Well, actually, I don't want to say that because... What's its... Yeah! 21 minus 10 because of the armor on the thing. Hits it, but it just hits off its thick, strange hide and doesn't do any damage. He's like, oh god! Sarge, it didn't do anything!
Flank it, Wilbur. We've got to keep hitting it.
It runs towards right here. So it just like and makes this crazy sound, and it runs towards you with reckless abandon. All right, so everybody, I believe the 3s are up. Sarge, you are up first because you have the highest initiative.
Did I get a second shot off though?
Rate of fire does not. You don't shoot twice. Rate of fire, how it works is you shoot, and if you hit, you multiply your post mod damage by 2 by your rate of fire. So you would hit it for 24 damage instead of 12.
Right. Got it. Cool. Yeah, I forgot to give myself a benefit on the shot, which I should have done. So I'm gonna.
What was that from? Just so I know.
From his weapon mastery.
Okay.
So I'm gonna run over this way, actually. So as it comes in, I'm gonna go over.
Let me before you move. Let me see if it has reach. It does. You are threatened, so if you move, you can take an opportunity attack.
Okay.
Are you still gonna move?
Yeah. I've only got ranged weapons, and this will kill me close. So.
All right. So you are an engaged defender, and so it is going to try to attack you. Basically, it's just your base defense. You cannot dodge.
Okay.
Alright, so it's just going to attack as you try to move away. I think I'm gonna just want to look at one thing because it's an action. I might get a hardship on that. Yeah. You could do a disengage instead. Okay. You can do a disengage, yeah. That, and then it's how many other hexes you use. But what you need to do a disengage is you make an acrobatics skill check versus its perception. And if you succeed, you can move. If not, you can take an opportunity attack. So just keep that.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Yeah, that's probably best.
I don't want to take an attack from this thing if I can help it.
Yeah, you don't. So go ahead and make an acrobatics roll.
Okay. So physical.
You're not trained.
Yeah.
But it might not be trained either. That's still pretty good. It has perception, so is it trained? Probably is. Nope. Oh my gosh.
Oof.
So it's gonna attack, and then you can complete your move if you're still alive. Oh, that's it. There we go. Yep, it's made with one hardship. That's what I thought. Okay. Here we go. For real this time. That's a -5 to that roll because he was running the last one. So let's see what that is. Alright, 27. What is your piercing defense on your head?
It's 8.
Okay. So what's your base defense as well? I need to know that.
Base defense is M base def is 8.
No, that's that doesn't.
Oh,
sound
sorry,
right.
16.
Okay, 16. So that's he had 11, and then you said 8, right?
Yep.
So 15, and then +5, a 20. That's enough to give you a wound to the head. All right, here we go. The macro doesn't work the way it used to. Hold on one second. I just gotta put in your wound category that you took a wound to the head for 20. Head pincer 20. Alright, how does it look? As you may now finish your move. You can move 1 to 5 hexes.
Okay, I'll make that a 5. There. So actually no, I'm gonna do it a little bit differently. Get further away from him. There. Yeah. So as it comes in, Sergeant, he rolls, comes up, and then tries to dash off to one side. But as fast as he moves, one of these tentacles with the kind of almost a stabbing head on it just snakes out and spears through the side of his helmet. And there's a spurt of blood that you see on the inside of his visor, and he rocks and staggers, and he still manages to stagger away, but his gait's now pretty unsteady.
Yeah, the men with you look pretty scared. This guy's gonna make a disengage roll too. He's gonna try to disengage.
Yeah, I'll be yelling at him to run.
Yeah. I can't imagine he's trained. Still really good. I couldn't believe he made that perception roll. it's not trained. Yeah, definitely didn't do as well as before. That's weird. How did you roll a 27? That can't be right. I rolled hand to hand for some reason. All right, back up. I think you're not injured because I think I rolled the wrong thing for some reason. So my bad. Let's fix that. So no wounds. Yeah, it rolled hand to hand. It just I don't know why. I rolled it that last time and it was fine. But okay, so it missed you. It hit you. Maybe it just ricocheted off your helmet as you moved or something. But there's no way it hit you. This guy is moving for 5 and disengaging, moving this way, trying to spread out. This other guy, Corporal Green, is going to aim 2 times. That'll put him at 7 AP, and then he's going to shoot, unleashing his clip. So automatic. He's at medium. He gets 2 benefits for the 2 aims, no hardships, additional mod -3 for the burst, and then he's a medium range. That's a hit. So what do we got here? 16 plus 4, 20. It's enough. That is enough to give it a wound. Where'd it hit it? Oh, in the arm. It's just still barely enough. Yeah, so he shoots this thing and oh shoot! Its last move was run. No, it attacked. It's not. It attacked you. Tried to.
Yeah. Yep.
So. Yeah. So he blasts it, hits it. It's like. Oh, actually, I did that wrong. It should be 12 more. That's still not enough to get over his mortality threshold. It's 2 more because of rate of fire. But yeah, he shoots it. And then what is the 8 syrup?
Okay, so not really far enough away from this thing yet. So what I'm going to do is, how far can I move?
You can run up to 10 hexes.
Okay, that sounds good. Actually, no, I'll run up to. Yeah, I'll do that, and then I'm going to head round here for now. But I'm going to try and get round and flank it further in a second.
So that's 13, and you are at... Alright. Okay, so the other guy with 8, he is going to move back to... Actually, this is the guy. This is PFC. I'm going to make a courage roll. Two benefits just from being around you, I'd say. Yeah, he's going to move away as far as he can. Maybe he's flanking it. Maybe he's running. It's hard to know.
We'll see if he turns around or not.
Yeah. It's its turn. It's gonna actually move just 5 hexes right there for its turn. So it's not running. All right. It's the corporal. What would you like him to do?
I'll be telling him to back off further.
Back off further?
Yeah.
So he's gonna move. He's gonna run like over here. 8. That's what he'll do. So he's still running. 13s. Sarge, you're up.
Okay, so I'm going to do the same. I'm going to go for one more round and then try and get some time to shoot at it. Okay, open up the distance. Let's try and get some time to lay some rounds down.
Okay. All right, you ran again. Let me change the music. All right. So what are we at here? 13. So this guy, he's going to try to shoot from back here. So he's at medium range, but I'm going to give that thing... no, he's pretty much... that's perfect for him. So he's going to try to shoot. Actually, he's going to... No, he's going to shoot, yeah. Barely a hit. 2, but 2 plus 24, 26, minus 10. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. 24 plus 2, 26, minus 10, 16. That's enough to give it an injury. Yeah, so he hits it and it kind of just nicks it, but actually he hits it with both bullets. Quite honestly, he hits it pretty well, but it just, this thing is so heavily armored. I believe it is its turn. I'm going to see something real quick. It has a special ability. Somewhere. Let's see what the range is on it. I don't know why I didn't write it down. It's going to run at Sergeant Green, or yeah, BC Green. Just I didn't need to go that far, but yeah, it's just on top of him all of a sudden. It can just move. It just like it's chasing you guys, and it's his turn. So he's gonna. He just he is going to shoot at the thing. He is in point blank range. In point blank range, it gets to defend. It will. So it's going to try to knock the gun away, actually. So it's going to use its pincer to do so. It doesn't. Oh, he's got -5 because he ran last time, so it does. He misses. So he just kind of unloads, but the thing just kind of smacks the gun away as he's shooting. And it's still Wilbur's turn, huh? Did I not add his AP last time? Maybe not. These guys are still... This guy should be 20, shouldn't he? Yeah. Oh, not 30. 20. This guy should be 19, I think. Okay, you're up.
Okay. So seeing as it's on top of the corporal, Mark takes a few seconds to kind of like trying to steady his aim. So he's going to aim twice.
Okay. Swing him twice, then, so the AP, you're up to 20. So now it's the 18's turn, which is it. And it is going to attack. So it is going to do a reckless attack against Corporal Green.
Ooh.
3 benefits. Oops. Is that running? Did that thing run? It did. So.
Yep.
Trained. Additional mods. -5. Yeah. He's going to try to. So that's +3 for him. That's 21. He's going to try to dodge. Going to try to dodge. Wow, that's pretty good. 4 plus 12. That's 18 piercing. So what's? Let me see what this guy's armor is. 18. Oh, he doesn't have any torso armor. Yeah, 18. Yeah, that kills him. So this thing like drives its huge, this huge pincer just right through his trunk and throws him up in the air, and he just like flies, and you see his body fall across a like a wall, like haphazardly dead.
This the corporal's been with Mark for a long time. He's seen a lot of his men die, but he was really hoping that the corporal wouldn't be one of them, at least not for a very, very long time. So he, for the sake of Wilbur, he managed to avoid screaming out in rage or despair, and instead he just tries to get a good shot off at this thing to get some measure of revenge. Much as he knows it's won't bring him back, it won't do anything. You know, if he kills this one, there'll be another one along in a minute. But what else can he do?
Yep, go ahead. I don't think did you aim, so you don't.
I
have
aim twice.
That.
Yeah.
You don't have that. So 2 benefits.
Okay, so I should get a third one as well from my weapon specialization, right?
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna go combat semi-auto rifle at that. 3 benefits, no hardships, no additional mods, right?
That sounds right.
And it's at medium range?
Yeah. It's a hit. 36 minus 21, so that's 15. Plus 24, that's 39. 39 damage, minus 10. Okay, 29 damage, that's enough to give him a wound. Does your weapon have mortal on it? I think it does, doesn't it?
I think so, let me just double check. Yes.
Yeah, so you give it a... And so you really lay into this thing, and it's bleeding out this black ichor, or green ichor. At this point, it's staggering badly.
Yeah, so he was trying to ignore what he was feeling, seeing it just so casually kill one of his friends, and instead just took that time to draw a bead on it, get that critical shot in, and he's so jaded now he couldn't even really feel any satisfaction through seeing it so wounded, let alone any kind of joy.
PFC Wilbur on the other side is aiming and shooting, so he is going to try to shoot it as well. Semi-automatic versus that. Benefit 1, hardship none, additional mods none, medium range. It's a hit. So 24 minus 10 It's not enough to... It gives it an injury. So he hits it, and this thing is like... You don't know how it's been shot so many times. This is kind of the par for the course for these things. You just shoot them and shoot them and shoot them and shoot them, and finally they will die eventually. But not yet. And it is going to actually... let me think what I want to do with this thing. I'm more Mr. Nice Guy, I think. Okay. It's gonna move. 1, 2. So it's gonna run. It's gonna get about right here. So yeah, it's charging you. And you're up.
Based on my experience of these things, how much more do I think it will take? Do I think it's
not too much? You think it's pretty strong, but I mean, you think it seems to be about. It's pretty hurt, yeah.
Okay, so Mark decides that rather than lead it back towards Wilbur, he's going to try and see if he can finish it off here. Knowing that it might corner him, but kind of almost past caring. So
yeah, behind you there's like like a building, so just narratively.
Okay, so as it comes in, he's aiming twice.
Yep.
And then he's going to shoot semi-auto.
Okay, so you're going to take a total of a -8 because it's running.
Okay. So, but I've got 3 benefits, right?
Right.
Okay, so let's go for this. Semi-auto rifle there. Benefits 3. No hardships. Additional mods -8, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, and what's the range?
Point blank.
Point blank.
Actually, I think it is point blank. It is point blank, yes. So that's good for you. So that's a good shot. 45. Oh wow, 30.
And that was semi-auto.
Yeah, 37. Wow. Hold on here. I should have had my pencil down here, but I don't. 24 minus 10, so it's a 51. Is it more? It's going to make a death roll. It's going to take a wound first off, a wound and injury. So it's going to take a death roll. So let's see. That is no. Sorry, physical. Resilience. Oh, sorry. It's in the combat menu already. Death roll. No additional mods. What'd you hit it for? 51? Is that what I said? It's dead. Yep. So how does it look?
So as it comes charging in, it probably looks pretty brave to Wilbur, but actually he's past caring, and Sergeant just stands there as it comes in, draws a bead on its head, and just before it gets to him, he just lets rip and puts half a clip into its head, and first it just ricochets off the armor, and then it starts to sink into the sort of outer layers of flesh as the armor starts to fragment, and then finally, as he's almost to the end of his clip, it gets through the armor and blood sprays everywhere, and the creature skids to a halt dead at his feet.
Yeah, it just, all this dust just kicks up in the air as it lands and skids. Give me some time to react.
As it skids there, he just stops, and he just looks absolutely exhausted for a second. From force of habit, he goes over, puts his gun against the wound and puts another 2 rounds into it, and then just steps clear of the body and starts trudging over to where the corporal fell. But he already knows what he's going to find.
Yeah, you hear this. Sergeant, this is command. Sergeant, this is command.
This is Walker. Coming.
Sergeant, I need you to take your team and head into the caves. Head into the caves. That's an order. We're backing out. We're being overrun.
Right. All right. Wilbur, we're getting out of here. And,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And he'll go over and pick up the corporal's body and put it over his shoulder and start trudging off in the direction they're supposed to be going.
Okay. Give me 2 seconds. Where are you, Sergeant? One sec. You head into these caves. They're this large complex, and you find that there is dead creatures. Used to be these bug things, probably all over the place. There's you look around, it looks like maybe an ancient lair of some people. You're not really sure. You know that some of these have pathways to other parts of the actual planet.
So, getting sort of a little bit undercover, Mark puts the corporal's body down for a moment, and then, as they always do, with resources being short, he takes half the ammo and gives the other half to Wilbur. And then he takes a few seconds to take off the corporal's helmet and armor, which is a big load of weight. And then he shoulders his body again and says to Wilbur, "Right, this way."
You start to walk that way, and after a few minutes there's this gigantic shaking of the tunnel, as what you assume is somebody has bombed the surface of it, probably your own men out there just trying to blow things up, and you just behind you, just all this rock just collapses towards the exit. And as you go a bit further, you kind of realize that there is a complex, and it's this small tunnel that leads further into the rock. It's not man-made, so you're not exactly sure where you are.
I guess I won't get radio reception down here either.
You could, yeah, you try, but you don't really. It's mostly static.
Have a look round and see if I can work out anything about where we are.
You can go ahead and give me a warfare roll. Challenging, or actually I would say this is difficult.
Okay. So does that give me a hardship?
No.
Okay.
Difficult just is the TN you're going for. Yeah, okay. You're unable to kind of get your bearings. You know that you did, maybe you went in the wrong tunnel. You're just not sure.
Hmm.
Where are we, Sarge? The cave's collapsed. There's no way going out that way.
Yeah, I'm just working on that, Wilbur. Right. And he stops and puts down the body of the corporal because it's just getting too heavy to carry, and he realizes now they're in real trouble. He puts it down, puts the corporal's body down, and just looks down at him for a second and closes his eyes. And just quietly, so that Wilbur doesn't hear, he mutters, "See you on the other side, Corporal." And then he straightens up, looks around, and starts evaluating what their options are.
I mean, the only thing you can really think of is you can follow that small tunnel.
Small tunnel, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so start heading in that direction.
Yeah, you do so, and eventually you kind of wind, and you come to this opening in that tunnel, slightly to another kind of cavernous area. As you're walking, you see that there is this another kind of opening, cavern type thing, but you see these glowing eyes from inside. You don't know what it is, but
okay, well, we'll stop well back of there, well back from it. I'll get Wilbur into cover at some distance from me, and then I'll start trying to get closer. And once I'm close enough, if I still can't see at reasonable range, I'm going to switch my head torch on.
you do. You don't have to actually. Whatever it is starts walking out, and kind of the glow of the eyes disappear just a bit as this comes out. But it's you're having some bit of confusion because it's very strange looking. The face is this, almost turns into this kind of swirling kind of blob of goo almost. It's changes like constantly. You almost like see the stars on it, and it just walks out, and it's in this very strange proper suit. It looks humanoid. It doesn't, it's small. It's definitely not one of your enemies that you've ever seen, unless this is something completely different. And it stands there for a moment, and it kind of like straightens its collar, and all of a sudden its face kind of changes, and instead of its face, it turns into, well, it looks exactly like the corporal.
And it's just for much that under his breath, but he makes sure he's got his comlink off so that Wilbur doesn't hear. And he'll say to Wilbur, "Johnson, keep a bead on it, but don't pull the trigger. We don't know what this is yet."
It looks like one of us. I'm coming up.
No. It might be trying to communicate. We don't know what this is. And
okay.
He shoulders his rifle, but unclips the sort of holster of his pistol, and then stands up and just puts both his hands up. Saying, Okay, it's no problem here, and starts walking towards it.
It looks at you and blinks, and it starts to say something, and it's like kind of garbled, and it says, yes, are you are Sergeant Mark Walker, are you not?
I might be. Who are you? What's going on here?
Oh, well, some people call me Mr. Time. It is a odd nickname. But I'm here for you and to talk to you. You're in quite a predicament.
It's not the best situation, I'll admit. But we'll get through it, right, Johnson?
Johnson's in the back. Yes, sir, over the comm. What's happening up there?
We're just talking here. We're just talking. Stay frosty.
Okay. And Mr. Time says, no, you won't do well. I see that you will likely survive this moon. No, the other one won't. But in 6 months, you will perish, unfortunately, and eventually your entire race will perish. In a few centuries, there will be no humans left. Earth will be gone long before then. It's sad, really. I had quite a bit of hope for your kind.
Mark's suspected this for a long while. He's felt that the whole war effort's doomed for a long while, and he kind of resigned himself to his own death a long while ago. But hearing someone just say it in such a matter-of-fact way just really takes the wind off out of his sails, and it just seems like a done fact now, immutable. Something about the certainty with which this guy says it, and the authority, makes it seem like it's already an established fact. And he tries to say something, but the words aren't coming out, and his legs are starting to feel a little weak. He staggers and steadies himself against a boulder while he tries to make sense of what's happening.
There. I understand. Well, kind of, I suppose. Empathy has never been my strong suit. But you are in luck. What if I told you you could change your destiny? You could change the past. You could save your wife and child. You could even stop this war from happening. What if I told you that was possible?
I'd say tell me how.
It's quite easy. I represent an organization. We've had some turnover lately, if you will. And all you have to do is accept. I will whisk you away, and you will have the opportunity to do some of these things. In time, of course. But time! There is no time! It matters not. You can go here, you can go there. You can go back, you can go forward, you can go sideways a bit.
And I have a chance to make a difference, to change all this, to stop all this.
Why, yes.
And
You can stop it all.
Can Johnson come with me?
Oh no, he is not suitable material for my prestigious organization, that I am one of our best recruiters.
And you said he's going to die here.
Oh yes, in a few hours. Once you leave him, he will become lost and the animals in these complexes will eat him. Yes.
Sergeant sags back against this boulder. If it hadn't been for Johnson, he would just have leapt at the chance with both hands. But now, the one thing he's been clinging to, trying to keep his men alive, he's going to have to abandon one of them. And much though he's seen a lot of them die, he's never abandoned them. He turns to Mr. Time and says, "Look, if I come with you, can you do anything for Johnson?"
Not right now, but you could. Johnson will die in a matter of hours here, but if you travel back in time and stop this whole war from happening, he looks up and you see him kind of look up, and above his head is projected a image of Wilbur Johnson on his farm and one of the colonies, with a couple children running around and a heavy pregnant wife. Ah, look, a life of peace, a life of, well, not this for certain, not exactly exciting, but what happens now is irrelevant. Unless you stay here and don't come with me, then, well, I don't really see anybody else here I can take along, so this would all happen, and, yeah, well, humans and Earth are kind of in bad shape.
Yeah. I've known it for a long time. Alright. So I have to abandon Johnson to save Johnson. Well, to have a chance, anyway.
Yep, that's it. Now, you have to
Very
learn
well.
some things, I mean, but I think eventually you have what it takes.
Right. Alright then. Let me say goodbye to him.
Sure. He looks like gives this not understanding kind of look as you walk back.
And Walker walks back towards Johnson, and he's got no idea how to say. Basically, I'm running out and leaving you to die, which is effectively what he's doing. So he goes over to him and says, "Robert Johnson,
Yes, sir.
I've got to go. It's
What do you mean you gotta go, sir? I'm with you. I'm not gonna leave you in here.
I know, but I'm going to leave you. It's
What
new
do you
orders.
mean?
New orders, Johnson.
Can
gotta go
I
and
come
I
with you,
can't
sir?
I asked. The answer was no. I am so sorry.
Well, what am I gonna do?
And Walker gives him all his extra clips, even though he knows it's pointless, but it's some sort of sop to his own conscience. So he gives him all the extra clips from the corporal, and just leaves himself with like one extra clip, and says, "Do your best. Remember your training."
How are you going to get out of here? What am I supposed to do? There's only one way out of here. This way. Past this guy.
This guy's got some kind of transport. I don't fully understand it, but this is a chance. It's classified, but it's a chance. It's a chance to change all this. I've got to take it. I'm sorry, Johnson. Do your best. I hope.
I'm really confused, sir. I mean, just some orders would be helpful. What am I supposed to do my best? What am I just supposed to try to find my way out of here by myself, sir?
Yes. Do your best. Try and meet up with the others. Try and get off planet.
Yes, sir. I'll do my best.
You know I wouldn't leave you if it wasn't my duty. And I'm so sorry to have to do it.
All right, I guess. Okay.
It's been a pleasure to serve with you, Johnson.
Yes, sir. I mean, maybe we'll see each other again, sir.
I hope so. And I salute him.
He salutes back.
And then, feeling like he just absolutely gut-wrenched, Walker turns and goes back to Mr. Time and says, "I'm ready to go."
That's good to hear. Wonderful. Wonderful. What is it your most prized possession, Sergeant?
Not sure I have one, to be honest.
Then I have something for you. I think you'll appreciate it. Maybe keep you motivated, too. He pulls up a old actual photograph, which they're not very common, and it's one you took a long time ago with you and your wife and your child. And he just kind of passes it over to you. I think you should keep this safe, Sergeant.
And Mark's actually got another copy of this, very frayed and faded and torn from being folded and unfolded so many times. He didn't want to admit he had it to Mr. Time in case he was required to like sacrifice it or something.
Yeah, this looks like just
fresh.
brand new, pristine almost.
Yeah, seeing it fresh, an exact copy of something else he's carrying in a completely different state makes him think that maybe this time travel thing is possible. And he chokes up. He can't speak, and he just nods, and he feels tears welling up, and he's fighting them back.
Well, this is awkward. I'll leave you to it then. And just suddenly, his visage goes back kind of to that like watery substance, and just spills onto the floor and begins seeping down in all the cracks on the ground, and then eventually just disappears, leaving you there holding your picture of your family.
And I just hold it and stare.
You look at it, you keep looking at it, and all of a sudden you get this like disorienting feeling, and almost like you're having like a waking dream as your wife reaches out and hugs you. But as she hugs you, you feel like her pull into her, like, but it's like a very odd sensation. It's almost like she's pulling you into her, through her, and then suddenly you just step forward and you look down, and there's green grass at your feet. You look out around you, and you just see blue skies and no one else around.
Just looking around at the scene, it's too good to be true. You know, such a swift change to this scene, and so peaceful, so beautiful. He's not had anything in his life like this for years. He can't believe it. He won't believe it. All sorts of ideas are flashing through his head. Is he dead? Did he get a head injury after all? Is there some kind of hallucinogenic gas in this place that, you know, his helmet didn't detect? You know, he can't take it at face value, but he wants to.
Yeah, you peer around looking for whatever it is. And give me one sec. You look around through the grass, and you see in the distance there's these birds circling overhead in this large body of water. And as your head turns in that direction, that's where the scene is going to fade to black. And that is it.
Wow, cool. Thank you.
You are welcome.
I was so convinced I was going to die like 5 minutes into the intro session.
So wait, what color is he?
Green.
He's green!
Hey!
I think we all said green at one point if it wasn't going to be...
No,
well, no, I didn't.
You said Hedwig was going to be green.
I think Zora.
This is their whole thing. They're guessing what colors everybody's going to be.
Yeah, that's why we're watching so eagerly.
And posting so many memes.
Is that why the Power Rangers thing keeps coming up?
Yeah.
They're all Power
That's the other guy, but then I forgot it's not the person who gives it to you, necessarily.
Not always.
These fucking gifs are killing me.
Yeah.
The memes, holy shit. I'm just cackling. They're so good.
Holy shit.
Oh dear. It really had me worried at the start of that. I thought I didn't realise it was that fast, and like, oh god, it's right on us, and I put the play together. I've got all of us killed.
No, you guys were smart. Like, I don't know what that was up with. I did that hand-to-hand roll instead of the perception. I was like, oh no. It's like, that seems way too high, because I rolled it again. He rolled like a 7. I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
God damn it. Made a meme and everything for it.
I'd rather waste your meme than my character.
It's true.
Oh man. Look it up. Poor Johnson.
Yeah.
No, that's gonna be with him for the rest of his eternity. Basically.
Yep.
However long he exists, he's going to remember that moment. When
Remember.
Yep.
Haunted.
It's in there with a bunch of.
Oh my